Contrarian stocks, part of the secret sauce of millionaire and billionaire stock investors. So you can invest in great companies and let them ride, make lots of money over time. Or you can find those gems that have been beaten up, thrown away, and extract that extra value out of them over time. Warren Buffett has said, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. The Rothschilds were also very well known to say, the time to buy is when there's blood in the streets. So let's take a closer look at this millionaire maker approach to contrarian stocks. Here's two that we want to cover today. First up is Whirlpool. I know, major appliance maker, industrial, and very unloved for the last couple of years. Down 15% so far this year, and down 55% from highs reached in 2022. But this is no pushover company. $18 billion in revenue, although it's decreased a bit over the last year or two, and the market capitalization is just a paltry $5.7 billion. So for a company that's so big that we all know, you probably have Whirlpool appliances in your own home, whether it be refrigerators, washers, or dryers in your house. We're all familiar with Whirlpool. The Maytag brand is also under the Whirlpool brand name. They should be a major benefactor of the decrease in interest rates, and yielding 6.7% for a dividend yield, and that dividend yield looks pretty safe at this point in time. They've got adequate cash flows for that, and they're pretty committed to that dividend. And they're starting to see an uptick in purchasing trends in their sector. So Whirlpool looks quite interesting. Take a look at the 5-year chart on this, and you'll see the high at a little over $103 a share now. You'll see the highs were $234 just a couple of years ago. Big decrease, which means huge opportunity for you and I, and you get paid to wait, especially if the trends start working in our favor for this great industrial name. To me, this looks like a very undervalued play that's been thrown away, and it pays. And I think this pays you quite well to wait for that turnaround, and it can be a very nice contributor to your millionaire maker portfolio. Now, the other company to talk about is Walgreens. They've made some news today in particular. They've been making a little bit of more news lately. This is a cheap $10 stock. Drugstores, pharmacies, they've tried to dabble into some other things as well. Not all of them have paid off. They had to make some extreme moves just last year and change over the CEO and make some other changes in the C-suite. But the turnaround seems to be gripping as they reported their numbers today. Slightly better than expected. Although down 60% this year for Walgreens and 80% over 5 years, this company's in the basement. But that does create value. Think of what Warren Buffett said and what the Rothschilds said. They're also closing a number of stores, so they're accelerating the turnaround plan now. About 1,200 stores and jobs to go with them are going to vanish. But these were stores that weren't quite cutting it and should make their margins improve and make them a more stronger, more valuable company in the end. A lot of interesting opportunity with this. So you can also be opportunistic in everything that they've got going on. And I think that Walgreens is a play that you can start to dabble in a little bit here as they're starting to get some momentum. And by today's reaction to their numbers, the turnaround plan is starting to kick in. I do hold positions in both these contrarian stocks, Walgreens and Whirlpool, and I'll be looking to add more over the coming days, weeks, and months to build up a more substantial position in these. These contrarian stocks could be a valuable piece of your portfolio. These are great millionaire contributors, maybe not makers individually, but they can sure contribute to your millionaire or multi-millionaire portfolio. We'll talk to you soon.